Hi guys, this is Olga, and today I'll show you what did I make, my latest addition to my Etsy shop. First of all, this was an actual quilt top, and it was brand new. I got it on eBay, and when I work on this quilt top, it has so many problems. Give me a second, I will put the video to show you the problems, and then will come back. So here's our beautiful quilt. Well, it's not actually quilt, it's quilt top. I still have to quilt it. And as you can see, and as you will see, this quilt has a lot of problems. And I'm not talking about that, like, some corners not meet, or no, this is not it. The problem is there's a lot of pleats, there's a lot of bubbles, there's a lot of very wonky seams, there's a lot of very troubled seams. And most important, even with all those seams, after I give a good steam iron, it can fix a lot of problems. And then after I quilt with the very dense meandering, it's also hide a lot. But in general, like, you can see the shape of the quilt, it's supposed to be square, but because of all those bubbles and puckering seams together, the shape is very weird. It's just not right to put it as a blanket, and it's very hard to repurpose it to something that need to be that square shape. So this was my original maybe thoughts why I decide to cut it and do something else. And I tell you this, all those problems that I showed you, none of them are not shows in the items I made, because obviously I can cut only pieces that I want, so that everything looks not perfect but near perfect. I spend a lot of time to quilt it. It's nice dense quilting, plus I need to put the backing, the batting. It's all cost money plus price of the quilt. So after I look, I decide, nope, I'm gonna to make something else. And here we go. This is my signature code that I sell on Etsy. And I think it's turned quite good. It's nice and cozy. All seams, when I do my seams, I always do, I do believe it's called Hong Kong seam, but I'm not sure. If you know what's the name of the seam when your seams are all hidden, let me know. Yeah, this is the one. And also I have enough leftover to make the few cosmetic bags. This taco bags, I just showed you video last night. So this is my taco bags on Etsy as well. So this was one thing that I made. And another thing, oh my gosh, I cover. Guys, I must tell you, I love the black color just because I always look skinnier. Not skinny, but skinnier. But it always shows every single thread that I have. So, and another cord that I made, it's the same pattern. It's this one. And this one, I can tell you, if I have antique or vintage quilt in that beautiful condition, and this one is in beautiful condition, I wouldn't cut it. I would just try to sell it as is, if I happen to have it. But the problem is that this quilt, it was, I don't know, maybe at some point it was a king size, all hand stitched. I barely found any, damages, wear, stains. No, there's a couple minor stains inside, but that's it. So, what I want to say, I forgot what I want to say. Guys, English not my first language, and sometimes in my head, I have to translate what I'm saying. So, but what's happened, I assuming this quilt was like California king, some humongous size. And then somebody cut it in half, so it's ended up with this one very skinny what looks skinny but long, narrow piece. And to me, this piece, I don't know, maybe you can bind it and excuse me, and made some sort of bed skirt. The purpose of quilt serve someone, you know, one way or another. It can serve you as a blanket. It can serve you as wall hanging. It can serve you as a little piece, you know, but it has to serve you. A lot of time when quilts laying down on the shelf, after, like if you go on eBay, you can see a lot of perfect quilts that have those huge brown stains. Usually came from being in a cedar or cedar chest or something like that, and it just ruins the quilt as well. So you know, to me, that piece was a perfect piece to make a coat or to make whatever possible. And here I am. I made that coat. Yes, I made that coat, and I even have a teeny tiny leftover of the fabric to make the purse. So, you know, it can end up in trash can, but I think it's much better if it serves someone. You know, guys, tell me what you think. Would you do this? Would you make a coat? What would you do? Would you make something else? Love you. Bye.